Hey guys, Prince of Macedon here, and I'm going to show you two battles that I had against another YouTuber. His name is BedBananas, and the reason why I found out he was a YouTuber is he set up a game called, what is it? It's me versus press or YouTubers. So I looked up his name, BedBananas, and it turns out he does have a YouTube channel with a lot of subscribers, way more than myself. So before I do that, let me show you what my graphic settings are. They are set on high, that's one step below ultra. Here's the advanced settings so you can see exactly what's here. And I'm using the video card that Eric Carthage sent me last year when Attila came out. It's the NVIDIA GeForce GTX 760. So let's start up the replay. And we played two battles, by the way, and I saved both of them. So in the first battle, he'll be commanding the Warriors of Chaos, and I'll be commanding the Empire. And after I show you the, these replays, I'll also show you the live footage too, so you can see what it's like to play the game. Now, I have a full stack of troops here. He was just 2 slots shy of having a full stack. So, here is the setup here. Yeah, I've got a bunch of these handgunners here. How many do I have? 1, 2, 3. I have 5 units of handgunners. I put them on the front ranks. And I also have these units of halberd infantry. I put them on both wings. 2 here and 2 on the other side. I got all my cav over here. 2 units of these demigryph knights. I've seen how destructive they are against monsters, so I brought them here. And I also brought 2 units of the Reiksguard, who I've used extensively in the quest battles of Total War Warhammer. Now for my infantry, I've got a bunch of great swords back here, very awesome. My commander, I went with a basic commander. I forgot the name of it, but it's very basic. I didn't want to spend that much money on a hero, on a superhero. And I also have 2 units of Outriders, and remember, these guys you can deploy anywhere, almost, at least in the neutral zone. I'm going to use them to skirmish the opponent, and he has this hidden unit of Chaos Knights right here, kind of hanging out. They look pretty awesome, don't they? So he's got Chaos Marauders, who are Axe Infantry, Chaos Warriors, Chaos Spawn, look at these guys, they're freaking ugly. Axe, more Axemen, Great Axe Infantry, Halberd Infantry. Whoa, awesome. His commander is a wizard, as you can see. He's got some Halberd Infantry. So a lot of axe type units here.
We fight for Northgard!
So anyhow, I see this giant coming here, and what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna charge it with my demigryph knights. In my last battle, I learned that these demigryph knights could take down an Rock Spider. So I went for it, and look at this giant right here. Watch his health go down. And he's gonna like cough all over my guys there. It's pretty gross, but it's not gonna really inconvenience me that much. But look at his health, it's like down to 50% now. He's gonna swing around. Now, I'm not worried about the giant, but I am worried about these guys who are nearby. And in the meanwhile, I've got my Outriders riding behind his guys, and he's had this unit of shock cav with the Chaos Knights chasing them, and I just went to the other side and started shooting his guys from behind. But right here is the start of the fight. Now watch in the middle here. Do you see my handgunners? They are tearing up his center part here, like absolutely tearing them up. Like it is destructive. Pretty much anything that goes down the center is going to get mauled. At least these units were going to get mauled. So these guys are just reloading, and they're just going to fire into these brave but dead Chaos Marauders. See, they're going bye-bye. Basically, the whole center went bye-bye. Now he's got the Axemen going towards my Halberdiers, and I wanted to use my great swords to take on these Marauders. So I'm going to charge into them anyways, but I will peel off this unit right here of great swords to help them out. But look at that center. I own the center there. And over on this side, we're still fighting, but I did take down his giant. But now my demigryph knights got stuck. They actually got stuck there, fighting against his Chaos Marauders. So I sent in my Reiksguard to help him out. So I went for a charge on these guys. Hopefully I can take him out and then free them. And I still got my Outriders running away from his Chaos Knights. I finally got away, and I put my Halberdiers on an intercept course to intercept these Chaos Knights here. Look at their feet, they're on fire right now. Freaking awesome. So yeah, it's still in the center here. My guys are just destroying anything in the center here. Like, watch these guys. They got their shields up. But my handgunners are just blasting right through it. He did manage to sneak in this unit of Chaos Spawn in here. Those are really ugly ones I was talking about earlier. Really ugly. But look at their health. By the time they got to my lines, they had suffered so much damage. So over on the right, that's where my halberdiers were confronting his all these axes. But I had some great swords in there to help out. So some of my guys are routing over here. Those are just my handgunners who received the brunt of this Chaos Spawn's force right here. But they're about to go bye-bye though. They look really big and mean, but the Empire has units that can stop these giant monsters. So over on the left, his what are these? Chaos Warriors taking on my Outriders had no business being here. I think he caught up my guys there. That was a micro mistake on my behalf. You'll see in the live footage what happened there. So yeah, if you miss like details from watching these replays, you're gonna see it all in the live commentary footage or the live footage that I show after this. I won't always do that, but I will when I can, because it is kind of time consuming. But this is the big cat fight that's been happening since the battle started here. There's a lot of freaking ruckus going on here, as you can see. And here I tried to surround his wizard commander with my handgunners, but he kept chasing them. But I'd have my commander, who's actually a specialist in melee, to try to take on his wizard. I figure his wizard's good at casting spells, but not so good in melee combat. That's my assumption, anyways. My commander's a beast. Look at him. Whack! But he is targeting my handgunners, as you can see. He's basically ignoring my commander, so his health is going down really fast. Here's the tactical overhead here. I am the yellow ones, so a lot of routing units from the Chaos faction, and his general will also leave. Now let me show you the results here. Now before I show you the live footage, I'm going to show you the second battle in replay format. So I'll show you the replays first in replay format, and then I'll show you the live footage videos back to back after that. So here are the stats here. My commander did absolutely nothing. I mean, he did fight the enemy commander, but he didn't really do too much damage. He didn't do any damage to the opposing infantry. These Chaos Spawn killed a lot of my guys. Same with these Chaos Warriors here. Look at my handgunners. They did so much damage. When you get all their numbers and put them together, they killed so much. This Reichsguard killed 107. That's pretty impressive. Alright guys, so let's carry on and watch the next replay here. I'll just do it from here. Let's do it. So in this next battle, he'll be commanding the vampire count. Oh yeah, the vampire counts, and I'll be commanding the dwarves. So let's get it fired up. So I once again achieved a full stack, and he was just one shy of a full stack. He's got some wonder weapons though. Well, by wonder weapons I mean giant monsters. So he's got 2 Terrorgeist units and some other goodies. I brought some wonder weapons myself. I got 2 gyrocopters, I got 2 iron drakes, which are flamethrowers, and I brought 4 thunderers, which are basically kind of like handgunners. The range might not be as intense though. So this map is Doomkeep. Now this map is going to favor him a bit. I mean, it's actually favors both of us, but he's going to take a lot more defensive posture in this battle. So you can see all of his troops, but when I was fighting him, all of his troops were hidden except for his Terrorgeist and I think his commander was out in the open. This guy, the wizard, but his Terrorgeist were also public. But the rest of his troops were pretty much hidden in these trees. I didn't see all these guys here, all these grave guards, skeleton warriors. Let me show you the rest of his troops since we're here. It's gonna take a while for my guys to march over there anyway, so let's just go through them. More skeletal warriors. A lot of snow. More grave guards. Over on this side, what do we got here? Oh, look at this thing. Let me see how you pronounce that. Vargholf. Looks like a bat without wings and a very souped up physique. These are great guards with great weapons. I can't zoom in down there. It's awkward camera angle. There you go. They look pretty intense. Let me see if there's any other units I haven't covered yet. So basically a lot of grave guards and oh, here's some zombies here. Have you guys seen these guys? Look at that. The Walking Dead. More skeletal warriors, more grave guards. So yeah, a lot of grave guards and skeletal warriors and some zombies. And then he's gonna have these. What are these? Black Knights. These are considered shot cav. Look at them. But I think the real meat of his army is gonna be these Terrorgeist. He has 2 of these Terrorgeist here. He's got his wizard commander on a on some kind of dragon. Sorry, I don't know what it is. Sorry. He's got more Black Knights over here. See, these are shot cav. So he's got a lot of shot cav. What, 3, 4 maybe? So me, I've been marching. If you notice on the minimap, I've been marching from here towards him. So yeah, if you'll notice, yeah, it is a giant hill right there. But hey, after our first battle, I don't blame him for being more defensive. I don't blame him at all. So yeah, I've got these Thunderers. I believe I had 4 of them. They're basically handgunners, the equivalent of the Empire handgunners. And I've got some dwarf warriors with great weapons. Might have had like 5 of them or something. I forgot. These guys are really effective at close range with these Iron Drakes. They're flamethrowers. They are really freaking awesome if you're close to the opponent. That's the problem. You have to be really close to use the flames. When they hit, they're really destructive, but if the enemy closes the distance, these Iron Drakes aren't as effective. And then I've got these Slayers. I brought the Slayers because I knew my opponent was going to field some giant monsters. I think the Slayers are good for fighting them. Here's some Hammerers. Or is it the Hammerers? I forgot. It's one of these guys. Maybe both of them that are good at fighting those giants. Now, over on my other side, I left these gyrocopters here because I know they're really mobile. They could get from point A to point B really fast. Even point A to point C. So I'm going to use them to keep an eye on this side of the map to scout out. But as you can see now, there's nothing over here. But when I was playing it, I didn't know that there was nothing standing right there. So yeah, I'm going to basically... Yeah, I'm going to move off of this piece of terrain. And I'm going to march up the side of this hill. So I figured this was the best way to approach my enemy's defensive posture, as opposed to just marching straight up this way, where he was most likely going to be a lot more prepared. So definitely going to go up this flank here. So in order to accomplish this, I had my Thunderers leading the way, but they are backed up with these Dwarf Warriors. So in case there were units coming out of the trees to ambush me, I could have easily moved my my Dwarf Warriors up there to intercept. But it's good to have these Thunderers nearby. So if they did pop out, my guys could shoot at them immediately. If they're within range, because they are kind of short range. So in response, he's going to move his Black Knight Cav opposite my guys. Like not his entire force, just 2 of them over here. He's gonna do like a sneak attack. During his gallop over here, I did see them. I saw like 1 or 2 of them, maybe just 1 of them moving over here. But again, I didn't see any of these guys. You'll see that in the live footage. That I didn't see those guys. So here's the tactical overhead. So I've managed to get close to his flank here. So that's his position right there. And I gotta say, they really did improve this tactical overhead. That did a big jump from Attila to this game. Like if you zoom in, look at that. It looks like you're like flying overhead, and you can actually look below. Whereas in Attila, it was more of just like a graphical overhead. You know, like it wasn't realistic looking like this. All right. So my gyrocopters are still stationary on the right over here. Haven't really used them. I'm not gonna use them until much later on. But yeah, this guy called the game 1 versus 1 against YouTubers and press. So that's how I got the idea to look up his name on YouTube. And sure enough, he does have a YouTube channel. He's like over 300 subscribers, which is way more than me. And he has some really good videos. And yeah, when these are all reviewers playing this game only on multiplayer, then it's pretty much a legit name. It's not going to be some imposter, because you're not going to see an imposter during review time. If there was, that'd be really lame of them, very unprofessional. Is that right now? These are all like you know, fellow reviewers, fellow YouTubers playing this game right now on multiplayer. Anyhow, he has shifted his position. I still can't see these guys. Yes, you can see they're still hidden. He's gonna stay in the trees here. So what I want to do first is try to deal with these shock cav, these black knights, but I will eventually notice that there are units coming out of here, because he does come out of here. That's when I get my handgunner, or sorry, my thunderers firing. That thing looks really monstrous, this Fargulf. So I can start rushing my guys up here. Now, these dwarf warriors probably aren't the best for fighting giant monsters. It's the guys behind him that are the slayers that are good for fighting these giants. So anyways, he's going to come down with his commander. His commander's going to lead the charge here, try to take out my thunderers, because he saw how destructive my handgunners were in the first battle. And the thunderers are pretty much the equivalent of that unit. So he's going to crash into them, close the distance lots faster, and use the trees to mask his movements. So his commander is doing a lot of damage to my guys right now. Alright, yeah, I'm trying to get these slayers in here to attack this giant dragon that is on the ground. Because when it's on the ground, that's when my guys can do their melee damage to it. Over on this side, he's going to crash in with his black knights right into my rifles, or my handgunners, sorry, my thunderers. Even over here, he's going to crash into my guys over here. I was able to keep these thunderers out of their direct charge, but they're still getting hit by him, unfortunately. So there is one unit breaking over here. Well, it was, not anymore. If you look in the tactical overhead, you can see my gyrocopters are on the move. But he's got his two terror guys just attacking my back line over here. Sorry, it's my right flank. Oh shoot, I didn't get to show you my flamethrowers in action. Don't worry, they'll be firing again soon. At least later on. So let me show you my gyrocopters. They are moving now. And I really don't do too much damage with these guys. I do drop all their bombs, but they don't really play a decisive effect in this battle. Sorry. So I was actually winning the center here, and actually had this move. I moved these slayers in position to basically envelop this big body of skeletal warriors and zombies. The problem was, my micro suffered, so I forgot they were here. I forgot they were here until until his troops started coming out from over here. So instead of like destroying this body, which I should have done, I noticed it too late, and then these guys come out and get my slayer's attention. So let's go back over here. Yeah, his terror guys are just doing a lot of damage to my guys, but I'm doing a lot of hurt to these guys though. The terror guys, when on the ground, my axe infantry can actually hurt these guys. Also my slayers. My lord is under attack. I got my lord trying to rescue my left flank over here. Lordy! There he is. Fighting these black knights here. Whack! So yeah, I totally could have outflanked these guys, but unfortunately, when I noticed that I put them in position, he brought out these some more Fargulfs and another skeletal warrior unit to gauge my units over there. Alright, there you go. Now my Iron Drakes are firing again. They were. I missed it again. Here they are. Look at that. See, they do a lot of damage, but they have to get so close to do it. There, another one. That's his wizard coming down. His commander got really low on health here. Look at that. Toast. It does a lot of damage, but man, it's... Gotta get way too close to use it. So, yeah, this center... I should have destroyed this center, like, earlier when I outflanked it. But because of my micro relapse, I didn't see it. Like, I moved it there on purpose to do such a thing, but then I forgot about him. Alright, so I'm gonna rush out my commander. I want to take on this Fargulf here. This is a true dwarf hero who just got smacked around by a giant souped up bat wingless.
Nothing can stop us.
Nothing can stop us.
What those dwarven legs?
So Hysteria guys, this one's not even touched right now. Alright, so here are my gyrocopter. They are dropping bombs on these guys. And I actually hit all my targets with these guys. For the most part, I think. Boom! Alright, that wasn't the best way to hit that. I should have approached it from that side and came this way. But luckily I was able to drop all my load. Drop my load. Gosh, that sounds so wrong. I dropped my payload on the enemy. But I didn't really have much of a decisive effect with them. With my gyrocopters. Like, I'm definitely gonna keep using them in the future. But in this battle, I didn't really do too much with them. So I can send my commander back in against this Fargulf. This is round 2 here. Here they are. Whack! So unfortunately, look at this. I should have won the center, but he is actually... He turned the tide in the center. I really should have won the center. I think if I won the center and if I paid attention, I would have did a lot better. Anyways, his Terrorgeists are gonna chase down my gyrocopters. It's gonna swat at them. Looks like my gyrocopter rammed it. That's funny. Too bad those propellers can't cut that thing up to pieces. That'd be awesome. He's got his wizard commander down there. One of my gyrocopters went down. These guys are firing. No, they're not. Sorry. Oh, they're shooting at the dragon up there. And look, I got my Iron Drakes firing again, but that's when he sends his wizards to take care of these guys. I remember this part. Here it comes. Whack! That thing is a beast. I mean, it literally is a beast. I'm not, you know, making it up. It's really a beast. So you can see I'm losing this battle.
I am the ranking lord.
My commander is still alive. His health is really up there. I'm gonna use him to try to outflank these guys over here. Watch this. You're gonna see. And again, if you want to see how I played this battle, I played really sloppy, and you're gonna see that in the live footage. I want you to see it though, because people want to see what it looks like when you're playing these multiplayer battles. Actually, just playing the game in general, you want to see what it looks like. Because the replays look cool and all, but you know, what does it look like when you're actually playing the game? You can zoom in like this, but it's hard to play like this when you're this close to the screen. So yeah, I got my commander trying to fight these guys. He knocks out a few of them like a true hero, but you can't expect this guy to fight all of these guys. Look at the tactical overhead. All the red ones are him, all the yellow ones are mine, so my guys are actually getting mauled now. But yeah, I still think I should have won this battle if I had paid attention to that one move. I think that one move is what messed me up. If I had you know, completed my envelopment, I would have destroyed the center, and by destroying the center, that would have freed up all my guys that were over here, and then I could have assisted my flanks. But a very close battle, but yeah, there's no way I'm gonna win this fight now. See this? He's got all those monsters still flying around. All I have is my commander, pretty much. The health of my other guys are really down. So yeah, that's it. Valiant defeat, though. And again, I don't fault him for being super defensive and staying on that hill, because in the first battle, my guns destroyed him. Like, he tried to attack me. Like, I would have came to him. I was already harassing him with my Outriders in the first battle. But it ended up with me being more defensive in the first battle, so I think it was fair that I attacked him this time. Although that hill was pretty monstrous. I guess it would have been a little bit better if he met me in the middle, away from the giant hill that he had. But still a very good game to him. And I really did like the action in this fight. And again, if you want to see the, what do you call it, the live footage, stick around and keep watching this video. I'm going to post the live footage now. Alright guys, so this will be the live footage taken from my games against BedBananas. So you've already seen the replay aspect, so I want to show you what it looks like when you're playing the game. Some people want to see that. Now, this is what it looks like when you're buying units for your multiplayer battles. Also, if you do a single player custom battle, this is what it looks like too. So that check mark on BedBanana means he's ready, so he's waiting for me. And I'm just building my army. As you can see, I went with the most basic commander I can get away with. So I didn't bring, you know, Karl Franz this time. I went with the most basic commander I could get away with. So I hit the ready button, so the timer's going down 5 seconds, and then boom. So the map is Karak Bufdar. It's a pretty tame map. Nothing too intense about it. But the big differences between this battle and my previous 2 battles in Warhammer Online are that I didn't bring, you know, the highest grade commander that I could bring. I wanted to bring more basic units. So I brought 5 handgunner units, which are basically, you know, they're gunpowder units. Very primitive though. And I brought 4 of these greatsword, which I'm gonna put behind my handgunners so that if I had to, I could retreat my handgunners. But it's a lot harder moving your troops through friendly units in this game versus past Total War games. Like, they'll actually get stuck there. I mean, not stuck forever, but they'll have a harder time, you know, passing through friendly units. Anyways, I also brought 2 halberdier units. I'm gonna divide them equally amongst my flanks. I'll put 2 on one side and 2 on the other flank. And then I have 6 units of cav. 4 are shock cav. 1 being a Demogryph Knight, the other being the Reichscav, or sorry, the Reichsguard Cav. And then I have 2 skirmish-style Cav units, the Outriders. I brought them instead of the Pistoliers this time. And it's pretty customary in Total War multiplayer battles to bring, you know, about 2 skirmish Cav units if you can, and just harass the opponent. But that is my setup for this battle, and with the Outriders and Pistoliers, you know, those mounted skirmishers, you can deploy outside of your main deployment zone. You can deploy in what I call the neutral zone. So the battle has started, and you can see my opponent's Chaos Army. BedBanana. So when I saw those monsters, I was thinking, oh crap. But I did bring units that could fight those guys, so I wasn't too worried. So I'm going to inch up my army just a little bit. Now, what I just did was, basically, I highlighted all my units with my mouse, and then I held the directional keys on my keyboard to move them into position where I wanted them to go. That way they stay in formation as you move them. Boom. So I put all my shock cav on my left. There was really no particular reason. I guess I wanted to build up the strength on my left for this battle. And if I needed to, I could easily shift my cav to the other wing as well. But anyways, the reason why I brought the Demogryph Knights is because in my previous multiplayer battle, I learned that the Demogryph Knights could take down giant monsters. I said that in the replay aspect of this video too. But you're really watching this to see what the gameplay is like, you know, when you're actually playing it. So a lot of times my commentary will repeat itself. So here he made the mistake of putting his Chaos Giant in the front. I mean, you would think that's a good idea, but when I have units that can topple that giant, then it's probably not the best idea anymore. So anyways, I got behind my opponent and started shooting him with my Outriders, but that's when he took his shock cav out of hiding. and went after my Outrider, so I'm basically just gonna run away. Now the reason why I turn off skirmish mode on my mounted cav units is so that I can control where they go exactly where I want them to go. Now the drawback is if you're not watching them, then they could get rammed by enemy units. So if you're not watching, then probably put them back onto skirmish mode so that they can run away by themselves. Anyhow, my handgunners are now tearing up his chaos. I forget what they're called, but it's like another monster. You see them right there? And their energy is down past 70% now. Their health. And look what my cav did to the chaos giants over there. Now that's the beauty of playing a lot of these battles, is that you gain experience even from watching your opponents. Because from my last battle, I learned that, you know, Demogryph Knights can take out large giants. So that's why I was a bit more confident going into this battle. So basically, if you want to learn how to play this game, play a lot of battles, and then you'll gain experience. You will learn from your battles, you will learn from your own side, and you also learn from your opponent. So as the opponent's shot cav gets closer, I pull my Outriders even farther away. So there, I pulled in my Reichsguard a little bit behind my Halberdiers, try to keep them safe. But when I see that my what do you call it? My other shot cav are stuck in that fight over there. You know, previously they took down the giant monster. That's when I decided to launch my Reichsguard into the left flank where my Demogryph Knights were stuck in. I was basically trying to free them. So you can see my Reichsguard going into charge right there. There they are. Basically, I want to destroy those axe dudes over there, free up my Demogryph Knights, and then pull them out if I can. So he's getting shocked completely. I mean, not really, but he's getting hit by shot cav. So I'm still being chased by his shot cav with my Outriders. So that's when I pulled up my Halberdiers to try to help them out, help them escape. So I'm gonna throw my Halberdiers into that unit of what are they called, Chaos Spawn or something. That's still going for my handgunners. Now the thing about handgunners is they're not very fast, so you can pull them away, but the enemy will catch up to them. So that's why I'm a little bit more lazy when it comes to withdrawing my handgunners when they're about to get charged, because they're really slow. So at this point in the battle is it is favoring me a little bit more than him, because I took out a lot of his monsters. I took out a crap load of his infantry that were going down the center of the battlefield. You know, where my handgunners were stationed. So now I got my Outriders again. I'm gonna maneuver them behind his troops over here and start shooting at them if I can. And also my handgunners are shooting those guys too. So look, just shooting them from right behind, and you know that is gonna frighten them a little bit, and it'll slowly bring down their numbers. So look at that unit just being shot in the back over there. The gunpowder is pretty destructive when the opponent, you know, sits there and lets it happen. It's really destructive. So now you see that little special emblem right there. That's by itself right there, the enemy one. Yeah, that's the enemy commander. That's his emblem. And this one is a wizard. So when I see him isolated, first I wanted to shoot him to death, but then I figured, hey, you know, it's just a wizard. I could take him out with my melee commander. Like, each commander has a different attribute. Some of them have all attributes, like, you know, magic, you know, like spellcasting or melee. Some of them have both. Stuff like that. So that commander's health is already down, the enemy one. So I know that my commander could take him out in a one-on-one fight if he stands his ground. Quickly! So my handgunners are just shooting into the thicks of his ranks in the back, as you can see. A cool thing about this map is you can hide units in those trees right there, so it's pretty cool. But once you take your units out of there, they're no longer hidden, so it's alright. Anyways, I say GG at this point. And it's considered a decisive victory. But I want to, you know, attribute a lot of that to my gunpowder units, just owning the center there. But he played pretty well. And again, this game's really new, so everyone's is just getting a hang of this game, getting a feel for it. So now we're going to jump right into Game 2. This is, again, live footage here. And my opponent did switch factions. He went with the vampire accounts. And I switched factions too. I went with the Dwarves here, because some people wanted to see the Dwarves. Of course, I'm going to show every faction. But I wanted to show you guys the Dwarves. Maybe next time I'll show you the Bretonia. Yeah, a lot of requests for that one. So again, I got a full stack of troops for my dwarf faction, and you can see I'm waiting for BedBanana to click the ready button. But yeah, this time I did bring gyrocopters, and they are a prominent feature in the dwarf armies when you're playing the quest battles as the dwarf heroes. So I just wanted to test them in a multiplayer, you know, stage type thing deal. Yeah. So this map is kind of sucks. It looks cool. It's called Doomkeep, but there's basically two hills here, and both, you know, each player starts off on their own hill. The problem is, once you get off the hill, it's no longer fair, unless you both agree to meet off the hill in the middle somewhere. But because of the last battle, my opponent is not going to get off his hill. He's going to stay in his hill, and he's going to hide troops in the trees, so it's going to be doubly difficult here. So you can see my hill here, and then his is back over there. So if he wanted to, he could move his troops up once the battle starts and stay on that ledge right there, which would mean I would have to do an uphill battle. So that's why my idea here was not to go straight forward against him. I wanted to go down the left flank over here. So go up that hill of the trees there, and then turn towards the middle. That way it's less of an uphill battle for me. I left my gyrocopters over here in the event that he had troops on the other side. That way my gyrocopters could spot him and I could see where they were. Basically just intelligence gathering. In a lot of these you know, new Total War games, scouting is actually pretty important. Whereas in Rome 1 and Medieval 2, there wasn't really any scouting. I mean, sometimes they did have hidden units. But in these newer games, you can hide almost anything. Almost anything. And you can also move them and stay hidden too. That's pretty cool. So I hit the ready button, and then whenever you play these multiplayer battles on like Warhammer, if you once you hit the start battle button, it'll start a 60-second timer. So that'll warn your opponent that after 60 seconds the battle will start. And that's a cool way that the game developers decided to combat people who are just taking their sweet time deploying troops. Sometimes, like in Rome 1, people would take 10-15 minutes to deploy their troops. Here, if you take that long, you're going to be stuck in that deployment after a minute. So I think that was a cool idea. So anyways, as I said, there's a big difference between the replay and the live footage. Here, I can only see these units. I didn't see all those infantry hidden in the forest, but I assumed they were there. I also saw those Fargulfs. So, based on the assumption that all these troops were hidden in those trees in front of me, and based on the fact that the terrain would favor him if I went straight forward, I decided to shift my troops to the left, to the extreme left. I haven't done it yet, but I will. I will shift him all the way to the left. That way, I could take less of an extreme angle going up that hill where his troops are going to be. Bum, 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 bum. If you look at the minimap, I am the yellow ones in the minimap, and you can see those two little blips on the minimap on the right, or actually on the left, whatever. Those are my gyrocopters, and again, the reason why I left them there was for scouting purposes. And also, if the enemy does get transfixed on my attacking side here, I can use my gyrocopters to come in from the other side and take them unawares from the other side. That was a theory, but my micromanagement is gonna suck horribly in this battle. For whatever reason. Bum, bum, bum. So I do love these Iron Drakes that I have highlighted right now. They are short-range flamethrowers, very intense action. But again, the problem is they're pretty slow, and also you have to be super duper close to use them. So positioning with them is very crucial. If you pick a bad spot, they won't be effective at all. So there's, I was, you know, just taking a look at if there are any troops on the other side. You can see on the minimap that there aren't. But again, this is what the live footage looks like. This is what it looks like when you're actually playing the game. And of course, you can zoom in. But honestly, when you're playing a multiplayer battle, where you don't want to lose, you don't want to zoom in too much, because then you lose track of the overall picture of the battlefield. So sometimes I like to show the replay, sometimes I like to show the live footage. And in this first batch of videos that I'm releasing for Warhammer, I want to show both the live footage and the replay footage so that you get the best of both worlds. You can see how beautiful the game is in replay, and you can see what the gameplay looks like in these live footage videos. And I think that unit I'm highlighting right now is good for taking down giant units, I believe. I forgot their attributes already. Again, this game is brand new, so I don't know these units. I mean, you can read the description there on each unit card. Bum bum bum. I turn off the user information box because I think it just clutters the screen. But that would definitely be helpful if you're new to this game, which everyone is new to the game. That way you can see what the exact stats are of each unit, and you can see what their attributes are. Alright, so I'm gonna spread out my basic axe dudes here. These guys are useful for fighting against you know, opposing infantry. So my plan was to basically climb up that hill from that less extreme angle and inch up methodically, using my my thunderers to shoot at enemies that come out of the trees there. So there you can see that unit became visible, that Black Knight Cav unit back there. So that warned me that I couldn't march in that trajectory that I had originally planned. So now I'm aware that he's putting Cav around those trees. You know, at the time I wasn't sure how much Cav he had over there, but since we watched the replay already, you saw that he has 2 Cav units that will oppose me on this side. But yeah, when I was marching here, the big fear was that he could charge down at any second from those trees on that hill. See up there? Any second he could just charge down. I didn't know what to expect, because right now I'm on my opponent's side of the battlefield. So he has more Black Knights coming, as you can see. And again, you know, scouting would definitely be very helpful so you can see what the enemy units are. Based on the replay, we saw that he has a lot of Skeletal Warriors and Grave Guards. He also has some zombies and some more Black Knights. And then you can see his flying units back there, the Terrorgeist. In addition to his Wizard Commander, who is on top of a dragon. Might be a wyvern, I don't know. Hamara! Hammer time! Alright guys, so question time. What faction do you see yourselves using as your favorite in this game? I think right now, I really like the Empire a lot. They seem the most balanced right now. I mean, that's obviously not a correct statement. It's not factual, it's just an opinion. I just like everything about the Empire. But, you know, they don't have the giant monsters like the Greenskins do. They don't have, you know, like those Crypt Ghouls that or Crypt Horrors that the Vampire Counts do. But they're pretty cool, and this, you know, being a human faction, it just makes you feel like you're more noble. Obviously that's not true, because the Vampire Counts are, I mean, they all consider themselves to be pretty noble too. But just in my eye, I feel like I'm a lot more noble using the Empire. But, you know, everyone has their own preferences. And again, this game's new for me, and I never had a preference coming into this game, so I'm still going to take the time to learn these factions, and then maybe after a few weeks I will have a new faction favorite, I don't know. That'll be unlike, you know, the historical Total War titles, where I already had a historical favorite before I even played the game. You know, like with Macedon. I've always liked the Macedonians since I was a kid, so even before Rome 1 came out, the Macedonians were my favorite ancient faction. Dwarf warriors. Now, the Empire does have some wonder weapons too, like the Dwarves do. Like the Dwarves have these, you know, those gyrocopters, flame cannons and whatnot. But the Empire, they have a freaking steam tank, which is pretty cool. Oh wait, is the flame catapult, flame cannon, is that Dwarf or Empire? I forgot. But basically, what I'm saying is, you know, the Empire does have wonder weapons too. They have some pretty sweet technology. But they don't have those freaking awesome monsters like giants and trolls and giant spiders. Alright, so now you can see a Vargeist coming in here. He's coming in so fast that I can't reposition my handgunners in time. But I do have some handgunners down there that can shoot at it. Thunderers. And he's also leading the charge with his enemy, with his commander. See how it dives right into my gunpowder units? I think he learned from the last battle that we had that my gunpowder units wreak a lot of havoc. And look at my Iron Drakes down there, flaming those guys coming in. It's pretty intense. The problem is they have to now have a cooldown period, and then they gotta fire again at an extremely dangerously close range at the enemy units coming at them. So the Black Knights are coming in for a charge down the flank. I can't get any units back there in time to deal with it, so he's gonna get a sweet charge on my handgunners there. And again, my Iron Drakes are causing more damage to that unit. But as that unit gets closer, it's gonna cause a lot of damage to my guys, but look at the energy on them, the health, sorry, the hit points on them. They're almost, sorry, the health, whatever, the health thing, it's almost dead. So that's when his terror guys come out and make a charge, or make a drop on my dudes in the back there. And this is, obviously, you know, I lose this battle, but this is where I should have won the battle. Right here in the center. Like, in a second here, I'm going to peel off a unit of axes to outflank that body of Chaos Warriors in the middle. I think had I completed my maneuver, I would have won this battle. That's my opinion. I stick with it. Yeah, those guys. So I peel one off to surround the ones in the middle there. And then I just forget it. I forget to finish the move I was gonna do with them. And that was to envelop those 3 Chaos Warriors in the middle there. That would have ended them right there, because look how low their HP is right now. It's really low. And then that would have freed up all my units to assist either wing. But yeah, that's the danger of screwing up your micros, that you can lose a battle just like that if you miss a step. It happens though. It's all part of the multiplayer experience. Iron Drakes. So the Vargeist are going in for my axes right there. I think that was my special unit of them, I think. And I will pull my general to fight that Vargeist in a bit. I can't remember when I do it though. But of course you saw that in the replay that I showed. Anyhow, here come my gyrocopters. Now they do carry a basic like gun on them, but their huge appeal are the 2 bombs that each one carries. You have to make sure they connect though, because remember you only carry 2 per gyrocopter in these custom battles here. So you gotta set up your bombing run and then drop it when you see your silhouette over them. And I'll tell you when I do a bombing run so that you can see what it looks like. I mean, I'm sure you've seen it before, but if you haven't, I will show it to you. But yeah, this is definitely a good time to test out all of your units, you know, when this game is new and everyone's getting a feel for these units. There's people out there who have experience with the Warhammer series, and they might have a good idea of what the capabilities are, but because they don't have experience with Total War, then that means they too have to learn how to play too. So you can see my handgunners are targeting those units over there. And again, yeah, those terror guys, when they land, that's when they're vulnerable. So you gotta attack them when they're on the ground like that. At least for your melee weapons, but for your, you have like archers that can attack them. Also, your handgunners can attack them too. All right, so I'm setting up for a bombing run here. Here's my first load. Watch it explode. What? There you go, boom. So it wasn't the best bombing run because that last explosion missed, but the first two did hit something. You can see the silhouettes where they're gonna land. So here's another bombing run here. And again, that wasn't the best angle either for that bombing run. But I was afraid that that dragon was gonna kill me before I could use him again. So I just wanted to drop their loads there. Oh, is it 4 bombs or 3 bombs? Like, looks like there's 4. Sorry. I mean 4 per helicopter, but you get two payloads though per gyrocopter. I'm talking about how many explosions you get with it though. Looks like it's 4, because there's 4 helicopters. So that guy was taking a chance attacking my axes there with his commander, because my axes can't hurt that. Can't hurt those flying units when they're on the ground like that. And yeah, losing your commander, although it's not as big as it is in the quest battles on Legendary, it's still important to keep your commander alive because he does have, you know, the influence effect. And sometimes his spells can be the difference between victory and defeat. And then you might also take a morale hit if you lose your commander as well. So definitely want to keep your commander alive. Either said than done, especially with me, because I'm known for getting my commanders killed in my battles. But keeping your commander alive is more important than ever now. Alright, so yeah, you can see my commander up there. I have him in the sector of the Varguys. Or Vargul. Sorry if I was calling it a Vargeist earlier. I think it's a Vargul. So now my gyrocopter is being chased by the dragons there. And I got my Iron Drake still firing. That's pretty good. Some of them came back from routing and they're still firing. But he will take his commander and attack that depleted unit in the back of Iron Drakes there. Because he does not like being shot by those flamethrowers. Not at all. And see that center right there? I should have won the center there. Like, I know a lot of those troops are new, but had I cleared that center when I had the chance, I could have repeated the maneuver again. As he came for another attack in the center. And if not, then, you know, war is fluid, you just change your battle plan. But I blame this defeat a lot to my my microlapse, where I didn't complete my envelopment. Anyhow, here comes my general. I'm gonna use him to try to outflank that unit of swords right there. I mean, I had no more cabs at this point. I mean, sorry, you don't have cab as the dwarf, sorry. But I didn't have any other unit to do it, so I used my general to do a envelopment maneuver, flanking maneuver. So now, because my opponent was victorious on that one flank, he now has troops coming in to attack the center now. And again, had I won the center, I could have killed off units and assisted that flank. So that's what I think is crucial. That I should have won the center. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, always be on the lookout for units that came back from routing, because they might run from the battlefield, but they might come back. And a lot of times I don't see them come back. So checking your minimap helps out a lot. So as you can see, this is the final part of the battle here. And it says, my guys were routing. I did achieve an unlockment there. An armchair general. Sounds like a derogatory remark though. But yeah, so those were my games, my 2 games against BedBananas, or BedBanana. And really enjoyed it. I thought they were really close battles, each of them. The rest said good game to him. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed these battles. These multiplayer battles for Total War Warhammer. And hope to see you guys in the battlefield soon. So that's BedBananas saying, Gotta head out. Thanks for the games. Thank you. So again, that was the live footage. And I hope you enjoyed it all. Those are the factions right now.